Hello, welcome to the channel. It's Holmes Granary, where you're joined by me, a very beginner woodworker. Here in episode 1, we are looking at making a homemade cookbook stand out of some offcuts of some mahogany and some spalted maple that we had lying around. So yeah, let's get into it. Being our very first time doing some woodworking, I thought let's attempt something nice and easy like a wooden inlay pattern. So first up, we are just getting the edges nice and flat. We're using the planer there and the set square just to make sure everything's going along nicely. I mean, there will be a lot of bodging on this journey, and then onto some sanding. I have heard this is a bit of a cheat in the woodworking world, but what are you gonna do? This is my channel. So a little bit about me. This is my first introduction into woodworking, so there will be lots of mistakes, lots of trial and error as we go along. So just leave some comments down below if you have any tips or tricks for what's going on. And here we're just marking out a rough 45-degree angle so it will have a nice look when it's on the tabletop. Now that's looking kind of how we want it. We're just on to measuring out the back legs here out of some more mahogany we had lying around. As you can see, the backboard is a little bit wobbly, it's an offcut, so obviously instead of planing that down and making it nice and flat, we thought, yeah, let's just try and make the legs curved, that'll be easier. After some time with a bobbin sander and a little bit of guesstimation, we've got it looking pretty good, but I mean, it's going to be glued and probably screwed at the end, so all good. I've just gone for a rough curved design for the shape of the legs, nothing too specific, but yeah, just cleaning up nicely with the sander again. Pretty nice tool, I like using it and working with it. For the legs, I kind of wanted a hollow section in the middle so it's nice and easy to grab and move. So here you can just see me marking out, I don't know, roughly an inch from each side. And yeah, we're going to take that over using the pillar drill and a little hacksaw because the scroll saw wasn't big enough to get it in there, so making it nice and easy for ourselves. A couple more holes drilled and some more sawing, and yeah, we got that base outline. So taking it back over to the bobbin sander, using a smaller radius there. Just going to start cleaning it up nicely. I find it's pretty therapeutic. And there we go, look at that. 2 legs nice and ready, looking pretty identical. And yeah, let's just pull it together, see how it looks. Looking good. And that's the spalted maple we're going to be using as the stand and the inlay material. So here we're just measuring out on the backboard where we would like our stand to go, and we're going to be cutting that out using a little router bit, which is also the first time I've been using that. To cut out the stand slot, we used a router and a jig there at the right length, and did a few passes at this just to take off a bit of wood at each time, just so the router bit wouldn't get caught. But at the end I think it came out pretty well. Used another bit of mahogany lying around for the guard to keep the book in, just to kind of keep it in keeping with the rest of the style. I wanted to give the guards nice curved edges, so here's a little kit, a hand planing kit that I had lying around, and it was absolute rubbish, so back to the tried and trusty hand plane that I had. I want to try out some dowels to attach the guard to the base, so I'm just marking out some of the holes here with the hand prodder, is its official name, and then we're just going to mark out where they're going to line up. First we just marked out with some pilot holes, and then we changed it to a bigger drill bit which would be the same size as the dowels. And it's come out pretty good. Just saw off the top of those, and that is our stand and holder ready. And just a side note, let's not saw towards your fingers, because as you can see, yep, that happened. Because I thought the cookbook stand was going a bit too easy at the moment, I went for an inlay, which was pretty challenging in the end. We just started by cutting using the scroll saw the design that we wanted. We just went for a fairly simple flower in the end. I wasn't too sure on the correct method to approach this, so we stuck out the design with some double-sided tape. We marked around it with a scalpel and just using some chisels and basically whatever was available to try and take out some of that wood. after a lot of time and some very steady hands and some questionable chiseling, we've got the inlay out and just time to glue everything in. There's quite a lot of poking out here, but it will be sanded off afterwards. I've seen this method used before on other channels where you kind of glue the edges and put a bit of sawdust around. I wasn't really sure what I was doing here, but it seemed to work at the end. But yeah, please let me know if there's anything better to do. And after some planing and flatten it back down, that is our inlay sorted, and oof, I mean, come on, that's pretty good. First go. It's starting to take its final form. We have pretty much all our pieces there ready. We're just going to put a bit of a routed edge on most of the things just to make it look kind of nice and tidy. Here we're just marking out some of the holes for the legs. Kind of cheating a bit, we're going to just use some screws and then dowel over the top, so do what you want, but I'm using screws. So to finish it off a little bit with just lots of sanding down to, I think 280 grit was the highest one, and just your standard sanding sealer here. Always looks good when you put the first coat on. Really, I should have probably cut off the dowels before I put them in, but hey ho, we live and we learn. So the final sanding going on here for more of that sanding sealer. Oof, there we go. Looks good. Just to finish it off, we're just applying some wax to the rest of it. And thank you for watching. Let me know if you'd like to see some more before I show you the final product.